Good morning, grade threes. Welcome to math for today. So hopefully you got a chance to do the homework I gave you on Friday. Here are the answers to the homework. So we have 28 divided by 7 equals 4. 27 divided by 9 equals 3. 32 divided by 8 equals 4. 18 divided by 2 equals 9. 45 divided by 5 equals 9, and 20 divided by 2 equals 10. So I've talked about two different ways that you can figure out division questions, and one of them was grouping objects, the other was repeated subtraction, and I'm going to show you a new one today. So let's get started. Our first question today we have is 10 divided by 2. Okay. So I have 10 magnets here that I'm going to use to do the dividing it using the counters, just like I did with the Cheerios and the macaroni last week. So just to make sure you know we're on the same page, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, so the first number is how many objects we have. The second number is how many we put in each group. So let's put them in twos. There we go. Okay, I made them in little groups of 2. Now let's see how many groups we actually have. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So going into the other questions, you're going to know that the answer is 5. But still, I want to show you how you get to that in different ways. Now remember, I said you could make random groups like this and just circle them. Remember though, you can also turn it into an array just to make it a little easier to line up. So I'm just going to organize these here into rows and columns. So if you do it this way, this number shows you how many rows. Make sure it's an even array. And then you can see how many columns that you have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you're wondering about the weird pause there, yes, I did drop 2 of my markers and have to stop to get them. Why do you ask? All right, so we've got 5 columns, which would give us the answer 5 also. Now, the way I showed you on Friday was repeated subtraction. So in that case, you would take the first number and subtract the second number as many times as it takes to get to 0. Then see how many questions you had to do, and that's your answer. So just to walk you through that, 10 take away 2 equals 8. 8 take away 2 equals 6. 6 take away 2 equals 4. 4 take away 2 equals 2. And 2 take away 2 equals 0. Now we would look and see how many questions we had to do to get there. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So once again, we've got to the answer 5. All right, here's today's method. In this one, we use a number line. Now you remember this from multiplying where you had to make a certain number of jumps, right? Well, this one is the same, but you go backwards. Just like how when you're using a number line for adding and subtracting, adding you go towards the bigger numbers, subtraction you go towards the smaller. Same thing here. So it's pretty simple. So if you're using a number line, you find the first number on the number line, which is right here, number 10. Make a dot there so you know where you're starting. Now, the number you see here is how you're going to skip count. So for example, we're going to jump by 2s, which means we're going to go now to 8. That's 1, 2 over. We're going to keep jumping by 2s. 6, 4, 2, 0. And then finally, count how many jumps you made, and there's your answer. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. How about that, hey? So I think you're seeing the pattern here that really all we're doing again is using skip counting. However, we're going backwards, which is a trick You might be thinking it's easy to count by twos, but try going backwards and see if it's as easy as you think it is. In fact, that is your only homework today. I want you to practice skip counting backwards. So starting at 20, count backwards by twos. Starting at 50, backwards by fives. Start at 100 and count back by tens. Now, if you're really good at that already, do the threes and fours, because I know that's been a challenge. See if you can go backwards now. I think even I might have a little bit of trouble with that. I guess I'd better do some practicing. So that's all you need to do for today. Thank you for joining me today. I hope that made sense to you. See you tomorrow.